Alright, well, this will be my entry into the max mode list, with the bottom place max mode on the list being Afton's Workshop Chapter 1 Fredbear's, or as it's on the list, Afton's Workshop Chapter 1 Original. The max mode is the 420 challenge. I'll explain a little bit more about this after I start the run, but here we go. Alright, well, I'm going to do a little bit of speaking about the strategy and about my setup, because let me just start with the strategy. So the strategy for this night is pretty atypical, due to probably a lack of playtesting. I'm gonna guess that this is the only way to do it, for reasons I'll talk about in just a minute. You just sit in the locker for 5 minutes. The locker behind you, you can wait in that, and I guess they didn't realize that you can't die in the locker. It's pretty ridiculous. The only other part of the strategy is keeping the mouse moving, like I'm keeping it moving here, because my screen went black. So during the first run I did, or not the first run, like I said, I'll get to that. You don't have to do anything. Now, I recorded about 20 minutes of footage, because I planned to, turn that into the proof video for the list. The reason that I record 20 minutes of footage, I should expand on that. This game is, for the most part, the first 6 nights are incredibly easy. I only died once in all of the nights because the mechanics are quite simple and very lackluster. But, so I expected on my first run, like ever, that I would just be able to get through it really easily and have like maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes of footage to cut into a proof video. What ended up happening was 20 minutes of me realizing that this max mode, like actually playing the max mode, is completely broken. I even, after that, I did 20 more minutes of, practice with just one character at a time, and it seems like no matter what you do, you will die to something. It's really bizarre and very broken. Basically impossible to play, and you get completely overrun with shitty RNG the whole time. Luckily, I realized that this is at the bottom of the list because of this. You might be okay. I don't know why I'm introducing it like that. I'm going to talk about my setup now. My setup is, this is my bedroom. I have the lights off because that's just the way I like to play FNAF games, because it's really late at night. I talk quietly because I don't want to wake up my dad, because he'll get mad that I'm up late. Now, I just have a cheap monitor here. I have my mouse, keyboard. Normally, right now is an exception. I'm holding the phone with my hand to record. This is just raw audio. If you hear any of the game audio, it's coming through my headphones that are just off my head because I don't really have a reason to listen. And if I'm using 2 hands, or just normally when I play, I keep my phone in this Tootsie Roll cup to hold it up. I don't have any fancy setup, and I'm only recording stuff because I want to have stats on the list. I used to play FNAF very often, and I had a couple of max modes, but I can't get them on the list from when I actually did them. Like, I did 420 like 4 years ago at this point, but I can't show the stats because the only thing I proved of it was a picture of the main menu screen that I posted on my Instagram, and that's all I did. That's the only proof I proved for any of my max modes, so it's just that sort of thing. So I'm kind of getting a late start, and I just want to record it for proof. I don't have direct audio to my videos. I hope that's not a problem. But that's the night, I guess. I guess that's all I really had to say. I just kind of wanted to speak to make the video slightly interesting. There's not even a star for it on the title screen. Okay, well, that's my proof. Thank you all for taking time to basically have an exposition to the channel.